Hey everyone, the numbers are in for the housing market for Panama City Beach for January of 2022. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group over at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I'm going to do this market update a little bit different for you this time. Normally I'm going to go through neighborhood by neighborhood or your specific neighborhood with pricing. I want to give you a general overview of some prices and what's happening in the market, but below the video in the link or in the description below, you can see a link to certain neighborhoods and you can click to see all of the activity from January in there. So a full list of what's for sale, what went under contract, what's sold. If you don't see a neighborhood you're interested in there, just let me know and I can send you that information also. Most of you I know don't need that, and you're probably already on our EAlert system, or our EAlert system, I guess is what I call it. Sorry, I need my coffee. It's like 1:15 and I'm going downhill fast. If you're not on our EAlert system, let me just show you what it is. This is a version of our EAlert system for the Whisper Dunes community. We can set this up for any community, any neighborhood that you would like to follow, whether you're buying or selling, or if you just want to keep track of what's happening in the neighborhood on prices. It looks really good on desktop. Let me walk you through this. If you have an iPad, it looks good. If you shrink it down to a phone, it looks really good. But what's nice about it is it'll show you actual sold prices and sold dates. It'll show you if something's under contract. It'll show you when there's a price reduction, and it'll send you alerts, and we can set the alerts to come instantly right away, or we can set it to come once a week or once a month if you're just trying to get a feel for things. But it'll let you know very accurate information about what's happening. You can click on each one of these individual listings and see the full details. So you see all the photos, all the description, all the information about it. It's a really excellent way to stay up to date with what's going on in the market, especially when prices are moving so fast. So if you want to be on our EAlert system, just let me know. Again, I can set it up for any neighborhood that you're in or that you'd like to follow. So let's get to pricing. The housing market in January 2022. So the market's still very, very hot, as you might expect. A little bit different from our condo market, that the housing market's a little bit more quiet in November, December, of course. So the closings that would be happening in January, those contracts would have been written in November, December. It's the holidays, people are a little distracted, but there's a couple of things I still want to point out to you. There's that coffee. I need that coffee again. Look at this. The number of active homes for sale, meaning active, meaning the number of available homes on the market for sale, are down about in the 40% year over year when compared to last year. So people looking to buy a house right now have 40% fewer choices than they did this time last year. And we've been in a hot market for over a year now, so it's a pretty dramatic number. I won't give you my whole normal spiel on this chart. You guys know I'm a big fan of this one, but one thing I think to point out is to look at what's happening with sold listings and new listings. So take a look. If we go back through, say, September, 107 houses sold, 119 homes came up for sale, 95 sold, 122 came up for sale. But look at November. 123 houses sold, only 83 came up new into the market for sale. 91 sold, 74 new for sale in December. Same thing in January. 92 sold, about the same, 91. So sales have been outpacing new inventory coming to the market, but we're still at a very, very healthy seller's market. Remember, 4 or 5 months of inventory represents a neutral market in real estate. We're at 1.35 months of inventory. Again, it's extremely, extremely, extremely hot. A couple of other numbers for you. This is for the entire beach detached single family homes market. Again, we know we're down about 40% on what's available. Check out the average sales price. In just 1 year, January to January, we were up 28% it's just in that given month. So it's not like house prices moved up 28% in the year. But the homes that were purchased in January of this year compared to January of last year, 28% higher average sales price. So you know we've got some good appreciation going in there. One of my biggest pet peeves I see, especially because I work with so many people who are selling. I work a lot on the listing side of the business. So if someone needs to sell, I specialize in marketing. I do a lot of that. So I'm very entrenched in pricing. One of the mistakes I've been seeing ever since the market heated up in May of 2020 is consistently agents and sellers have been pricing their property for sale too low. There's a variety of reasons behind that, but the short answer is I just think in a lot of cases we're leaving money on the table when we price something. There's such intense demand still in the market that depending on what you're selling, for the most part, very generally speaking, this is still the kind of market to push pricing. Let me give you an example of how a mistake can be made and how much money it can cost someone. So this is looking at the Whisper Dunes community, and I went back 150 days. We were always taught in real estate that you go back and to help a seller find their price or what they may be worth, you look at the last 6 months of sales, and you maybe throw out the top one and you throw out the bottom one. You get an average, and then you take into account, the condition, location, things like that. Well, this is only going back 150 days. And what I did was limit this to just the detached single family homes. And I only stayed under 1,800 square feet because I want to compare apples to apples. But take a look at what would happen here if you looked and took an average of homes over the last 5 or 6 months. We have a closing at 410,000. We have a closing at 435,000. Look, similar square footage. A smaller home at 455 and another one at 455. This is a really good example. In fact, I was involved on both of these transactions when all of the highest recent sale had been 435 and 410. If I had followed Real Estate 101, what they teach us in real estate school 19 years ago, we would have been pricing at 410, 415, 425, something like that. I saw an opportunity. I felt like there was a lot of demand. We priced at 455 on both of these and had contracts, very quick action, lots of action, and contracts, if I remember right, within about 2 weeks at most on both of those. And now look at what's happening currently. Again, similar square footage, another 3.2, similar year built. They're asking 480,000, and it's under contract. We don't know what the actual sales price will be, but I think this is a really good example of a seller doing a good job at pricing and pushing the market, rather than it would have been very, very easy for someone to walk in the door. Let's pretend that one isn't there for a second. If someone walked in the door and showed just the recent sales in Whisper Dunes, they would be talking to an owner about 410, 435, and 455 for these size homes. It would have been very easy for an owner with the wrong direction to price something around 455 or 458 or 460. This owner priced at 480 and got a contract. That's the kind of market we're in. Now, it's very possible that that contract's written at 455 or 460. But it's, from what I'm seeing in a lot of cases, we're setting a lot of records still. I know it's only the beginning of February, but we still have a very, very intense market. A couple things we're watching. Of course, a lot of talk of rising interest rates. I don't remember the exact number, but every time we raise an interest rate 1/4 of a point, it pulls a certain amount of buyers out of the market. It's a strict budget thing. As soon as you raise an interest rate, the monthly payment goes up. A certain amount of buyers come out of the market. We're watching the economy generally. The stock market took a pretty big hit over the last 10 days. I was trying to recover a little bit, but of course, we're watching anything that would happen there. Those things will affect the real estate market for sure. So in short, to wrap this up, if you're thinking about selling in the spring, make sure that you're considering all of the recent pricing, and make sure you're looking at opportunities to where you can price, again, more than just aggressively. This is the kind of market where it really is. I hear a lot of agents who've been in the business a long time saying almost it doesn't make sense. I don't think that's quite right. I think it makes a lot of sense. We have a lot of demand. And when there's a lot of demand, that drives pricing up. We have the inflation issue that's driving pricing up. There are a lot of things that are still driving pricing up for the short term. One question we have is that going to last all year? Are we going to get about through a selling season with these prices and then things taper off, and what happens after that? So at any rate, I hope you guys found this helpful. Again, specific pricing, I think we'll have Breakfast Point, Whisper Dunes, Palmetto Trace in the link below if you want to see all the sales in those communities from January. If yours is not on the list, send me a note and I'll send you that information. Again, to check out our EAlert system, if you want to subscribe to that, there's a link below. Or just send me a note and I'll set you up. It's really easy. And then last of all, we're making a big investment in video in 2022. So if you want some consistent updates about the market, we'll do those about once a month. If you want to see some really, really cool tours of some really, really cool property, subscribe to the YouTube channel and you'll be notified anytime some of that stuff happens. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. See you later.